this loom with you around how we like to organize some data in Evolve Podcasting for our podcast shows. So we have this show data sheet here, and it's all a part of this master show strategy sheet. So this has all of the main parts of the core messaging of the podcast. Then from there, what we do is we can go over and go into its other tabs. We have this for kind of just the core data of when this is going to be happening, things like that. We want to get the monetization plan all set up. We'll put in the show branding guide, the Sonic identity playlist, and then we can kind of move over. We go ahead and create scripts for these main components of the episode that are going to be reoccurring. And then we go ahead and map out the first 4 episodes. So we do this for each of our clients, giving them a clear strategy that leads one into the next. We've got some formats here for how to tell an amazing story. We got some other videos on that, so I'll share that. Then we go ahead and we break down these core pieces of content that need to be created. So we have core principles, which are basically the non-negotiables of greatness for your ideal client. When you are speaking to your ideal client in this way, giving them those guidelines of like, hey, here's how you're going to be the best client for me, because you want to make sure you have good clients. The good clients take your direction, they take action, and then they get results, which is obviously awesome for them, and then also helps your business move along as well too. So for our clients, we help them define their non-negotiables of greatness for their ideal client, and then we get to create content based off of that. So this is where we come up with all these ideas and then the episode titles. We also go into FAQs and SAQs. FAQs, frequently asked questions of your ideal client and also of your prospects, right? Of people that should become ideal clients but are just kind of hanging out on the sidelines. And then we have should ask questions, because a lot of those people are asking questions that you as the expert know actually aren't as relevant as question ABCD, right? So you actually want to educate and inform them on what questions should they be asking to help shift their mindset and shift their identity into being that ideal client for you, and AKA being the best version of themselves, so that way they can get the results that they're looking for. So again, we break all of those down for our clients, and then we come up with the episode titles and themes there. Then we have limiting and empowering beliefs. We obviously need to be able to speak directly to what that listener is dealing with to build up that trust and authority. You know that if someone's speaking super surface level, they're not going deeper into what you're actually experiencing, then they probably don't know you that great. If they don't know you that great, you're not going to trust them to guide you on a journey. So as the podcast host, you really want to get super crystal clear on what your ideal listener and ideal client, what beliefs they're holding and experiencing, so that way you can speak directly to them and they can say, they really understand my situation. Okay, that must mean that they've worked with X amount of clients. That must mean they are truly the authority that they say they are, right? In a trust recession like we're in today, it's really important to build that up. So we pop in the limiting and empowering beliefs, and then create the episodes from there. Also, myths and truths. This is the most important thing you can do, because with ChatGPT and AI, a lot of content is getting a little muddy, lukewarm. You don't really know whose side you're on because no one's choosing their side, right? This is really important in content, is to break down what is a myth, what is the truth, and to actually create that divide of who's on your team versus whose team are you not on, and create that rallying effect. This can be really good for building up community, and then also people will then self-identify whether they are a part of that community or not. So there we have that. Then we, of course, have a full content planner, a way to organize the guests that are coming in, make sure no one slips through the cracks, sponsors, and then the coolest part that I didn't even go into, I'm actually going to do another video on.